For the longest time, I secretly wanted more. I often found myself shrinking to fit in, settling for what was comfortable, and even selling myself short. Once I finally accepted that we deserve success and we are blessed with the power to achieve it, I stopped playing small. I'm serious about building a life I love, and you should be too. I'm Denise Taylor of DeniseTaylor.live, and welcome to Life, Love, and the Pursuit of Happiness. I help women prioritize themselves, their success, and their happiness. Let's meet this week's achiever whose story will inspire you to push past your fears and soar. Well, hello there. It's Denise Taylor, and I want you to know how excited I am that you chose to connect with me this week. Every week, I tell you, I am glad you're here, right here on this episode of Life, Love, and the Pursuit of Happiness, which was put together with you in mind. You see, this is the place where you can count on me to encourage you to build a life you love, one without apology, no excuses, no reasons. Wherever you want, you can have it. I believe that God has given us power. He didn't give us fear. He gave us power. And with that power, we can do, have, and achieve anything we want. But the key is this: we must embrace our power. Now, I have to tell you that I am really excited because we are on the brink of the 1-year anniversary celebration for the podcast, and I am getting all the feels. When I think about showing up consistently over the last year, I have to tell you, one, I'm proud of myself. Two, I have to tell you that's huge in the podcasting game. And three, it is a service from my perspective to you to empower you to go for it. Whatever it is that you want, to go for it and don't hold back. And so I want you to know, I am glad when you tune in on Apple Podcasts. I am glad when you tune in on Spotify or any of the other podcast platforms. I am elated when you watch on YouTube. All of those things are great because it is the way that I get to connect with you. And I've been doing that now for 1 full year. So kudos to us for being connected right here. And I want you to know that this journey has been one that has been very fulfilling to me. When I think about the satisfaction and fulfillment that I get from showing up, from serving, from making myself available to help usher other people into their God-given gifts, abilities, and callings, this is such a powerful place. Now, when I talk about this, it's way more than just the podcast. God has allowed me to birth some incredible things, and I'm going to share more with you a little later in the podcast because I want you to know the big things, the big ideas that you are connected to when you are connected to me, DeniseTaylor.live, and all of the services that I bring to the table. But I want to share with you a post that I put on social media today. Oftentimes when I wake up very reflective, and God has given me a gift to write. And so I just share because I want to always be a light and encouragement to others. So listen as I share with you my post from this morning. It says, much like I couldn't heal because I was pretending I wasn't hurt. I couldn't experience real success because I was pretending I had it. It took me a minute, but now I know real success is way more than a big title, 6 figures, an office with a door, or invites to the big meetings. I've had all of that for a long time now, yet I often found myself unfulfilled and secretly wanting more. I gave myself fully to my career, and I checked off a lot of boxes when it comes to traditional success. It demanded a lot, and I rose to the occasion every time, feeling important, looking successful, and making great results happen. I was a natural deliverer, and I didn't mind long hours, lots of time on the road, or showing up strong for high stakes and high powered experiences. Yet I was nagged by what I secretly wanted and never had the courage to admit it because 1, I didn't think I deserved it. 2, I didn't want to seem ungrateful. And 3, I didn't want to make waves. So I did what I had to do until I realized I deserved to be a priority. Me and what I really wanted deserved to be important, even if it meant change. Once I settled things with fear, I discovered I deserve to prioritize the things that are important to me. I deserve to have what I secretly want. I deserve to shift and pivot in a way that feels right to me. And I deserve success on my own terms. When I think about that reflection, it takes me back to where all of this began for me. It actually began for me in November of 2019. I was home on medical leave and I was in the midst of planning our anniversary celebration. I was in this quiet space that often felt like a silence camp because I'm not a big watcher of television. And so I would often just sit and allow the peace to resonate with me. And when I found myself in that safe place, God began to minister to me and allow me to know that there was something significant for me to accomplish. And as I continued to take the journey, he started manifesting things in my life that I could not imagine. He has taken me on a journey over the last 2 years to bring so many incredible things to life. And I marvel because I have every sense that he is not done. As I sit here and I take a reflective view of everything that God has been able to do through me and accomplish in my life to serve others, I am grateful. He has done things that I could never even imagine. He has done so many incredible things in just a few years' time. So as I look at the mark of this anniversary for the podcast, I am incredibly encouraged because I know he is just getting started. I know that there are things that he is looking to accomplish for me and through me. And I just want to be available to serve openly, transparently, authentically, without fear, but with power. And so as I was thinking about this episode, as I was thinking about embracing your power, it made me think about the journey he has taken me on when I decided to put aside my limiting beliefs, when I decided to embrace my own power, to go after the things I secretly wanted. And if I were to tell you what I secretly wanted, it's something that I've said often, but I still desire it and I'm going after it fast. I want to transcend success and be significant. And for me, significance is helping others on their journey. For me, significance is making sure that someone gets the answer they are longing for or knows that they are not alone and that they can take the courageous steps to turn their life around and to move forward. To me, significant is lifting voices of people who were once shy, allowing them to proclaim their goodness and the power that's within them. For me, significance is about how can I serve more? That's what I desired. And so as I was thinking about how I could illuminate that vision and how I could also give you a glimpse in what we've been able to accomplish through the DeniseTaylor.live brands and services, I tried to encapsulate that in a video package that will allow you to understand more about the vision and where I'm headed. Now, we'll tell you, this next aspect is probably going to be best on YouTube, because on YouTube, you'll get to see the video. So I'm just going to preface with that. I have a video that has been prepared that tells the story of DeniseTaylor.live and all the things. And I want to share it with you now. Well, I'm Denise Taylor of DeniseTaylor.live, and I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share more about me and how I show up to serve you. I get it all the time. Denise, exactly what do you do? It's hard to summarize because I really do a lot. You see, my ultimate goal is to help others achieve. I show up to serve others with the true and sincere goal of helping you build a life you love. But more than that, my heart's ambition is to lift voices. Now, I know that sounds weird, but here's what I mean. You see, I know there are people who need help, and I want to lift the voices of help, change, and service to those waiting to hear the answers. I specialize in empowerment, achievement, and yes, success. If I had to give myself a title, I'd say I'm a success strategist, but it takes on so many forms. You see, the biggest compliment I once received from a prior boss was, "You get things done." And you know, he was right. I am an activator. I am a pusher, and at times, an advocate.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I think sometimes people think you have to, if you want to start a business or if you want to grow professionally, you have to just have all this ideas and knowledge on your own. When in reality, Denise had so much of the wisdom that I needed to tap into to really take myself to the next level professionally. And just having that business acumen and her willingness to share it. It's not, some people, you think they want to hoard all this wisdom and all this knowledge, but Denise, is so generous in her time and in her wisdom to share it freely. And she's so authentic, and she's just full of the love of God, and her servant heart really is what it is.
The best way to describe my experience with Denise right at the beginning was a cloud just being lifted from above my head, because I was so confused about how to start. I mean, it's easy to look at people who've got established podcasts, including Denise's. I thought, wow, she's doing so well. How did she manage to do that? But in my initial call with her, she literally broke down the steps that I would have to take from, the name to the colors for the images that I'd be using to promote the podcast, to what are the themes that you want to cover in the podcast. And we went into a lot of detail on that one call, and it's just really made it easy for me now to come up with topics to discuss, and also reach out to guests who I believe align with the ethos behind the wealth conversation, and also people who I want to kind of elevate in my community.
One thing I did know was that she was going to be forthright. She was going to be honest. She was going to have compassion, but she was not going to be easy or take away the responsibility that I had to get back up and go do what I knew that I needed to do. So long story short, I connected with Denise. It was just exactly what I thought it was going to be. She asked me some compelling questions. She did not give me my answers. She just asked me the questions so that I could make myself be responsible and take responsibility for the answers I already had. I think as a result of that conversation, that one large part of the success that I had in this challenge, I won that challenge, by the way, was because of that partnership with Denise.
I love empowering women, all women, but I am most committed to helping empower women who look like me. Not exclusively, but as a focus. I believe we are more inclined to embrace our power to succeed when we see others who look like us doing it. It's why I started the Life, Love, and Pursuit of Happiness podcast. And it's also why I host and sponsor my signature DeniseTaylor.live events. I believe we are encouraged to overcome when we hear the testimonies of others. Our capacity to believe what is possible for us enlarges when leaders emerge. It's why I help to launch women-led brands and platforms. As a conduit of raising voices of change, I know it makes a difference and lives are truly transformed when we show up strong.
She's kind of coached me into how to even start my own conferences, which I had my first one last year. And how do you set it up? There's so much behind the scenes work. She really helped me navigate through that. And so I started my own conferences. I've done webinars since then. I have learned how to promote my webinars, my master classes. She's also helped give me ideas of how to make it better. How do you show up online? How do you make sure your call to action is what you really are getting clear, or you're being very clear on what it is you're trying to do? Why are you having a masterclass? Why are you, going live? So I like that she has a plan. She's very strategic.
The conference was life-changing. The best way to describe it, I told Denise this, I sent her a text message. There's a movie that came out, I think it was 1999, called The Matrix. In the movie, there's a blue pill and a red pill that I believe his name was Neo, the character, was presented with taking. The blue pill would allow him to pretty much just stay in that fabricated reality where everything was just simulated and fake. I feel like I took the red pill, where I was awakened to a whole new level of courage and boldness and just really walking in my purpose. I felt like my faith was activated, and just really being able to take charge in who I am professionally, and also spiritually, just really removing that fear that really had me bound, when really everything that I needed was already inside of me. I just feel like I got a nudge from that conference that I needed to just walk out who God called me to be in my purpose. I think sometimes we overcomplicate our calling and our purpose when all along it's inside of me.
She is the coach to the strong friend. And you can't coach a strong friend or strong personality. You can't coach the one that everybody comes to, leans on, the same way you coach someone else. It takes a different level of skill. But more than that, it takes a different level of insight. And she's able to do that in such a way that it makes them stronger.
I am a firm believer that we can grow together. But I also know sometimes it can be hard to just get started. We have great ideas, even great visions. But if we don't know where to begin, it can be frustrating and we can begin to swirl. This is one of the reasons why I love helping emerging leaders get out of the starting blocks. Whether it's launching a brand, starting a platform, building a community, settling their ideas, or just being a mentor, I help women get past ready and set. I help them go.
I've partnered with Denise Taylor to launch my podcast initially, which was an idea that I had in my head for about 1.5 years. And I saw a post of Denise's on my feed talking about the success of her podcast and how she wanted to help elevate other people's voices using the podcast service that she was putting together. So I reached out to her and said to her, basically, I've got this idea of launching a podcast. I've had it for a very long time, but I just don't know how to go about it, mainly because I'm very time poor. So I work full time as an investment manager. I'm trying to establish my coaching business, which goes by the name The Wealth Conversation as well. So putting the bits and pieces of a podcast together just wasn't making sense in my head. So I reached out to Denise, and we managed to launch my podcast within 30 days, which I thought was absolutely impossible, but we did it. And I've been releasing episodes every week with the support of Denise and her team.
First of all, she's very well-versed. She's knowledgeable. She made you feel comfortable. I've been very comfortable speaking, virtually, Zooms, things like that. But when you start to talk about your own brand, and especially a story like my Courage to Heal story of just forgiveness and things of that nature, her questioning things, she makes you feel comfortable saying some of the things that are maybe hard to talk about. And I love that she also pushes you, right? Kind of pushes you past your comfort zone so you can get to the root of, the depths of whatever the conversation is about.
She's so humble. You would not know that Denise had so many businesses just by talking with her, because she's humble, but yet she's just so sharp and always on her game. And so whenever I'm speaking to Denise, or just the times that I spent with her, it makes me want to be better. It makes me want to be the best version of myself, really.
What I like about partnerships is they truly accelerate progress. But what I love about strategic partnerships is they absolutely accelerate success. You see, for years, I held myself captive to what I could achieve on my own. I was limited, and while I had glimpses of success, nothing moves the needle for me and my brand like forging strategic partnerships. Now, partnerships are not about competition. They are about transformation. Your results are transformed when meaningful strategic partnerships are forged. Now, I will say I am very conscientious about my work, and I look to forge mutually beneficial relationships. This is why I personally work best with those who are just as committed to serving as they are earning. My goal to live significantly demands transformation in everything I touch.
Working with Denise Taylor impacted my brand because it's still impacting my brand, because I realized that I'm never going to get where I need to go just being in the background. And that's something that I've been used to doing for years. But I also understand that I'm only going to go so far in that space, even though that is a space that I am comfortable in and have had a level of success in. But it's not just about success by itself. It's about touching the people that I was specifically designed to touch. And so partnering with and being in connection with Denise kind of reinforces that for me.
She has helped me to embrace, I don't want to say failure. She helped me to embrace the lessons and has taught me to really encourage me to stay in the driver's seat of your brand, stay in the driver's seat of, if you're hiring other people, know the back ends of your own work. And I don't know, she's so fierce, and I kind of borrowed some of her fierceness going forward with the things that I am currently doing for my own brand, which is Living Well with Jennifer Bell. And I'm just so grateful because she's very giving of her time and her expertise. And like I said earlier, she will push you, but she always has a reason for doing that. And I so appreciate her for that.
I think there's actually two key takeaways. The first one, get out of your own way. And the second one is, I don't have to do everything myself. Reaching out to Denise, she got me to do something in 30 days that had taken me years to even think about. I had the microphone, I had the laptop, but I couldn't even come up with a list of people I wanted to interview. I hadn't even tried to record an episode. So definitely understanding that I can't do everything myself, and it actually makes things faster to get help. Now, we launched in July 2021, and I've released over 20 episodes. And, we're in December today. I've actually got all my January episodes recorded, and I'm now recording some for February and March. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just so smooth. And it's because I've got Denise there and her team supporting me, giving me tips, and also the encouragement has been phenomenal.
I love the DeniseTaylor.live signature events. I host and sponsor them with excellence multiple times a year. One is Couples Love Week. This event puts the spotlight on love relationships and commitment. It's not about perfect love, but good love. Its cornerstone message is embracing our power to love. Next is the Success Conference. Its focus is on empowerment, confidence, success, and courage. Its cornerstone message is about embracing our power to achieve. I hold the U.S. trademark for the I'm the Good Thing brand, and its events are all about personal growth and enrichment. Its cornerstone message is about embracing our power to accept our goodness. I am an author. I've self-published 2 books so far, I'm the Good Thing and Embrace Your Power. And if you can believe it, there's more. And honestly, it's my main thing. My next level business firm, which I started in 2017, serves emerging business owners and entrepreneurs.
I would highly recommend anyone who is hungry for more as far as growing professionally, and setting goals and starting their business. And just, if you need a life coach, I would highly recommend Denise Taylor professionally, and also to attend her conference. There's so much wisdom out there. She's tried and tested and true, and she's the real deal. What you see is what you get. She's the excellence that she executes in her conference as well is just always spot on. So yes, I would definitely recommend it.
I love the fact that she gives me a checkup from the neck up, if you will, because you need sisters in your life that will really call you on the carpet, but draw those things out of you that a lot of times you didn't know was in there, or it was buried. And then her encouragement and her determination is very, very inspiring. And then she has also helped me to just launch my own virtual conference from working with her.
What I love about the service that I've been using from Denise is that, I can choose whether I want to be very hands-off or have some input in the podcast production. So there is that flexibility. And so I do some of the stuff because I want to stay involved. So, and then other times when I don't feel like it, I know I've got the option to say, look, you guys take care of everything. And I just know it will be done, and it will be done to the highest standard.
I'll let you in on a secret. I use myself and my brands as an incubator for the services I deliver in the marketplace. Yep, I am my own guinea pig. It's a strategy to ensure I understand what it takes to help you achieve. I can help you build a brand because I've done it. I can help you build community because I've done it. I can help you launch a platform because I've done it. I can help you host events in person and online because I've done it. I can help you launch a top 100 podcast because I've done it. And I can help you lift your voice for transformation and change because I've done it. I believe relevant experience is a key game changer to helping others. And in the cases where my exposure and experience may be limited, well, that's where strategic partnerships come in to accelerate success. So in closing, if you let me summarize what I do, Well, I write, I speak, I mentor, and I build. I am your strategic advantage. What can I help you achieve?
I guess to sum it up, it's really confidence to put my message out there, being able to be consistent. And definitely the third thing I would say is it's helped me and the business grow.
She is a connector. She is an influencer. She is a game changer.
Denise is reliable, very, very business savvy, and also too humble. She has if I wish I could can I give a bonus word? If I was to give a bonus word, I would say that her capacity to serve people, and she's so unselfish. I know that was more than 3, but she is so unselfish in her love to want to draw out the best in people. It's amazing what she's able to do, and I'm just happy to know her.
She does have that strategic business mindset. I mean, that is bar none.
Thanks for letting me give you a glimpse into how I serve. If you're looking to take your brand to the next level, then don't hesitate to let me know how I can help you achieve. Partnership accelerates progress, but strategic partnerships accelerate success. It's time for you to grow your business strategically, so let's connect. Visit me online at www.DeniseTaylor.live and let's accelerate to the next level together. So I hope that allows you to get to know me a little bit better. Why it is I show up to serve, why it is I show up to make myself available in the ways that you see, more about the vision of what I'm looking to accomplish. And I will tell you that that vision is still being written, it's still being revealed, it's still forming. And so I imagine a year from now, there'll probably be another video that has even bigger visioning behind it. Here's the thing that you can count on now and tomorrow, that when we show up, we're showing up with resources and tools that are designed to empower you to embrace your power, to show up strong and mighty and accomplish the things that God has been calling you to do. Now, if you're a regular listener, I have one favor to ask. Please take time to rate and review the podcast so that other people can be encouraged, motivated, empowered, and inspired by what takes place here. You can rate and review on whatever platform you listen to, but take time to do that now. I appreciate you, and I look forward to connecting with you. You know, I'm always in our Facebook community, so you can join us there. But every week is a treasure, and it's a blessing to be connected to you. See you next time. Well, that's it, beautiful. Thank you for tuning in. Don't ever forget that you truly deserve life, love, and all the happiness your heart can hold. Be relentless in building a life you love without apology. I'm Denise Taylor, and you can always find me in our free Facebook community. Life, love, in the pursuit of happiness, easy to find. Now, if you want more information about my success superpowers, as I'm sure you do, download my free Success Superpowers ebook at DeniseTaylor.live/podcast. And one last thing, always embrace your power and go.